And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast, and they worshipped the dragon which gave power unto the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and faith of the saints. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword, and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand, or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
Welcome back to the Band to Exodus channel. Today I wanted to talk about the beast of chapter 13 of Revelations. What I want to do is give a little bit of clarity. I'm just going to clean up 2 or 3 things. Number 1, what is the beast? Number 2, what is the mark of the beast? And number 3, what does he come to do? So with that, we're going to jump into a couple of scriptures. This is going to be a short one. Hopefully I clear up some things so we can stop putting out false doctrines, or stop getting confused about who and what the beast is. The first thing I won't be doing is not actually specifically naming somebody or pointing somebody out to be the son of perdition. He will be revealed in his time. 2 Thessalonians, look it up. Anybody telling you they know who the beast is, he will only be revealed in his time. 2 Thessalonians. Let's stop the baloney videos about who the Antichrist is. Alright, so let's just go ahead and get into this. Alright, Revelations chapter 13 verse 18.
According to Wikipedia, Revelation chapter 13 verse 18 states that if one is wise and has an understanding to count the number of the beast, which is also the number of a man, the number comes to 666.
It's a man. It is not some ethereal being. It is not this, that, and the third. It is not Satan himself. Satan does not have a body. That was taken away from him in the curse of Genesis, in the beginning of the book. You shall go on your belly all the days of your life as a unclean spirit. All right. So hopefully I cleared that up. All right. Revelation chapter 17, verse 10. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and one is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. All right. The 7th must continue for a short space. Revelation chapter 13. Revelation chapter 13, verse 3. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. That head that got wounded was the 7th head. When that head is resurrected from the dead, he will be able to continue for 42 months in the power of Satan. Revelation chapter 13, verse 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard. The feet was of a bear, and the mouth of a lion, and the body of a leopard. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. So now you will know where he gets his miraculous powers in order to do the things that he does. We also need to note that Satan is the prince of this world. He even tried to offer this world to Yeshua Congo, who the world calls Jesus Christ. And he took him up on a high mountain and offered him all the kingdoms of the world if he would just fall down and worship him. You got to worship Satan in order to get the kingdom. All right, let's keep it moving. We're going to go. So now we know that the beast that's coming, to make it simplistic, is a man who will be born of a woman, but he will be a king. Now let's get the wisdom of this thing. Revelation chapter 13, verse 17 through 18. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that got the mark, or the name, or the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him who have a little understanding count the number of this beast, who's a man, who's a king, who's a man, who's a king. Key points. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here's the wisdom. Let him who hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. All right. He causeth all, both rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, and in their foreheads or right hand, that they might not buy, sell, or trade. That isn't an authority. So now, all I have to do is be simplistic about this and read the scriptures simplistically. What is it telling us? It's telling us that the mark is an authority. So if the mark is an authority of a man and a king, then let's just find out what that actually is. Because we have a mark, it's an authority of a king, which is a man. What could that possibly be? Let's figure this out. The mark of the beast is easy. What is a king's seal?
According to less than B greater than King and hash 39, S less than B greater than College Cambridge. The Great Seal of England typically portrayed the king on horseback, with drawn sword and a shield bearing the royal arms on one side, and on the reverse the monarch would be enthroned with the crown and scepter of state.
Hezekiah's seal.
Showing pictures that match.
Describe Hezekiah's seal.
According to CNN, the impression on the clay bears an inscription in ancient Hebrew script that translates as, belonging to Hezekiah Ahaz king of Judah. It features a two-winged sun, with wings turned downward, flanked by two Ankh symbols symbolizing life.
What is a king's seal used for?
According to less than B greater than King and hash 39, S less than B greater than College Cambridge. Seals typically bear their owner's likeness, emblem, or coat of arms and were used to endorse documents just as the signature is today. They were also used to literally seal documents, fulfilling the same role as glue on envelopes now.
Alright, so now we know that it bears the image. So, a king's seal bears the image, his name, and his symbol. I mean, it can't get any more simple. See, sometimes we need to stop hyping things up beyond what they are. And we got to realize that a long time ago, the simplistic things were the things that made us strong. So instead of getting all hyped up, getting on YouTube and different platforms and coming up with these wild videos about nothing that's going to help our people, the mark of the beast is no more than the seventh king's seal that he's going to implement, that you might worship him. Easy. Don't let these people fool you in these end times. Be due diligent and have discernment mentally. Don't perish for a lack of knowledge. The beast will be a king, an actual king from a kingly line on this earth. He is a man. He will implement his king's seal. He will implement his king's seal. The mark of the beast is nothing more than I can't buy, sell, or trade, or enter into the political, economic, and spiritual religious system that is going to be implemented by the beast without the king's seal. With that, hopefully we got somewhere. Hallelujah and Geta. Until next time on the Band to Exodus channel. Hallelujah.